Okay, so looking at the layout of the review, um, I was just wondering, where can you see conventions from real reviews that have been used?
I can see it clearly in like the title and the border with the red border at the top saying films, and also with the columns used very well, and where you've put the credits and the cast. You follow the red and grey capitals and the similarity of the job role being in bold and then the name not being in bold.
Okay. Um, so, how effectively do you think they've been used?
I think they've been used very well. The columns make it really clear to read the review, and also, like I said before, like the bolds and the italics, especially with the title, you can see what's what. Obviously, going away to the title was it's a bold and larger than the other fonts.
So, do you think there's room for kind of improvement in the general layout?
Yeah, I think there's room for improvement. I think the synopsis box is a bit messy. I think it could become more neater. Make it like one of the conventions is that it's all capital letters in red. Also, like you have the name of the person who wrote the review with a little red mark next to it, and with your review you can't see that.
Okay. Thank you. And so, are there any ways in which the conventions from real media products have been developed to challenge, do you think?
Yeah, I think they've been developed like the synopsis box is different. It's yellow and they tend to be like a mouldy green. I think that's the way you've done it. But besides that, I think it's very similar to conventions of real media products.
So do you think there's any room for developing conventions of real reviews in the layout?
Yeah, there is. I think that the columns could be neater, and also something small, but it could be more towards the font.
Yeah.
It looks very rounded, and this one's quite neater. Yeah.
And do you think there's any room for challenging conventions in real reviews in the layout?
Yeah, you could probably like add another picture, or I don't know, change. The synopsis box always tends to be in the at the bottom of either side of the corner. Maybe if it was at the top or something different.
Okay. And I'm just wondering for the synopsis thing, why do you think that would make kind of effective challenging moving the synopsis box?
Well, maybe if it was at the top, it was the first thing that the reader could see, so that gives them a short thing they can quickly like, read about your film, and obviously if they like the synopsis they can go more in depth with the thing. I think it gets more readers' attention if it's at the top.
Okay, thank you. And what do you think about the choice of the picture?
I think it's really, really good. I like the fact that you can see the boy and he's stuck in the suitcase, like the bars of the suitcase, so it looks like he's isolated and he has nowhere to go. Feels like that's just the room he's got.
I wonder, could you can you see any does it relate effectively to what you've read in the text, the picture?
Yeah, it does. As you see, obviously that his mum and dad have left him, and that there's a social worker come in. He doesn't want to go. He looks like a moody teenager. He's stuck. He doesn't want to do it. He's very alone.
Yeah.
So it links very well to the article.
Okay. So next, looking at the written text, do you think the lexis and diction are appropriate to support an emulation of a professional film review?
Yeah, I think it's really good. I think it's got the right vocabulary for a film review.
Could you give any specific
I like
examples?
the opening with the quote and how it leads instantly into your film. I think that could really lure the readers in. And
Okay. So, is there a place? Oh, you said where there's a place where it's particularly evident. So, do you think there's room for improvement at any point in the lexis and diction?
I'm just reading again. Sorry. Preferably within the, I think, third paragraph, because I think it's very basic and okay. Yeah, I think it's very basic and
Pausing.
also I can identify a few grammar mistakes and yeah. It says poor game of hide.
Poor game of hide. So so you mean it's kind of instead of poor game of hide and seek.
Yeah. You read my mind.
Okay, so are the fonts appropriate for the different sections of the magazine review?
Yeah, like I said earlier, like with the title and obviously, and the credits and cast. Also, again, like I said earlier, with the columns, I don't think the font is very similar to the one used, and the synopsis, I think it would be better in red capitals, like similar to the real product, because of it catches the reader's attention.
Okay. So you said where it's particularly evident. And finally, looking at the columns, do you think they have been formatted effectively to suit the kind of context the review is headed for?
Yeah, I do think you can obviously see like the indents, so where new paragraph starts. It's very clear to read. I think maybe if the lines all met up like the real product.
Yeah.
Besides, I think it's really easy to read and suits conventions.
Okay. Well, I think you've. Yes. Thank you very much.